Hey everyone, welcome to the Festival Voice. My name is Esmeralda, and as always, it is a pleasure being with you. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about hard summer. Yeah. Um, I know we usually do the in the festival type thing, but we're switching it up. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a nice hangout sesh, talk about a couple things. So yeah, let's get started. All right, guys. So why don't we dive right in? Hard summer, man. Hard freaking summer. It was such a blast. Where to start? Um, Hard Summer has been one of my favorite music festivals. I remember going to my first Hard Summer in like 2014, and ever since then, it's had several homes. It's been held at the Glen Helen. It's been held at the NOS Event Center. It's been held at the Fontana Speedway. In Whittier, I believe, in El Monte. It's had a lot of homes and it's moved. Uh, every single time I always feel like it's been moved because it's just gotten so much bigger. And the NOS Event Center was just not big enough. And Hard Summer just outgrew it so fast. So I'm really happy that they were able to kind of put this festival ground together the way that they did. There must have been twice the amount of people that there usually is at the NOS Event Center, but it being held at the Coliseum, the BMO, the surrounding areas like Exposition Park, it was just a great way to set up the festival. There was a lot of walking, don't get me wrong. I feel like after the first day, my legs were just like pulsing. I can feel my heartbeat. But nothing a couple of like Advils or Tylenols can't fix, right? Um, Aside from the location, Hard Summer has always had amazing lineups, and this year really was no different. I feel like Hard Summer has been one of the music festivals, if not the only music festival that Insomniac throws that features such a large number of hip hop artists, maybe even rap artists. As you guys know, some other years we've had artists like Meg The Stallion. This year we had 21 Savage, we had Kid Cudi, we had Oliver Tree, Ludacris, Fat Joe. So I really feel like this type of music festival that invites different types of genre really sets it apart from other festivals by Insomniac that usually cater to specific genres. There's, music festivals that only cater to house. Same with, bass and hardstyle. So it's really refreshing to have the range or the variety of genres that you can jump from stage to stage if you feel like, maybe this one's not the vibe and you want to try something new, or even if you haven't really given somebody a shot or listen to their music, and you might end up discovering that you just really enjoy them, right? Aside from the music production, Hard Summer has always had one of the best productions, and this year they did such an amazing job with the sound quality. I really enjoy that there was no sound bleed between stages, which was a really big issue for me when it was at the NOS Event Center. the NAS Event Center was very limited in space. So the either like the tents or the main stages were right next to each other. So when you were walking from stage to stage, there was always bound to be some type of sound bleed. But this year was not the case. They had no sound. There was spots where they had no sound between stages, which was really, really cool. I know myself, I have a lot of anxiety, and I've met a bunch of different festival goers that really enjoy having spaces where there's more quiet, it's more chill, but also we don't want to always go into the ground control tents. We just kind of want to like hang out with our friends and be alone. So I feel like it was a great way to like have different either meetup or hangout spots or spots where you can decompress for a second and then, get back on it whenever you were ready. Another thing, I guess, that I wanted to kind of touch bases on was the water sitch. That was not the best. I know Insomniac always takes criticism very well and they always act upon it. This year, the water stations was horrid. There was a lot of times where I saw people just kind of like give up and jump out of the line because the line was too long and they didn't want to wait. There was only 2 major water stations, and although there were several water spouts, there was just so many of us. The VIP areas did have water stations, which I feel like that was the first time that I've seen that. Or maybe other times I wasn't paying attention, but I feel like this year was the first year that I actually saw inside of the VIP area have water stations, which still had long lines. Nevertheless, they were in there, right? A lot of shade structures also. I appreciate how the venues themselves have a lot of trees. So there was a lot of different spots that were shaded. Aside from it, of course, Insomniac always throws in those shade structures that have the little misters that go around them. Those are absolute lifesavers. There's always during the daytime, hang out underneath them, cool down, maybe wet your pashmina or your beanie or whatever. Put it on your head, around your neck, cool down. I really, really enjoyed that this year. Those structures were made a lot bigger. And then I feel like there was also maybe like double lines of misters, so more people can get water. I also noticed that at the hard stage, there was giant misters that were just kind of covering the entire front of the crowd. When I first got in there on Saturday, my friends were like, let's go to the front, and I was like, let's not, because it's really hot. But we went in anyway, and it really wasn't that bad. It was really cool. One of my friends was like, I'm cold, let's get out of here. So I really, really enjoyed that. The hard stage in general, there was a slight dilemma with entering and exiting that stage. There was one way in, one way out. At some times during the night, you had no way of getting in unless you pushed yourself through. But it went all the way back. Same thing for VIP. It would get so packed that you really couldn't get into the VIP area, which is really sad. And I noticed that was the only stage that really happened at. I didn't have any problems at the harder stage, the purple or green. It was very smooth transitioning into VIP, smooth transitioning into just GA. Another thing that I really, really enjoyed this year were the bathrooms. It's kind of weird to say, but The bathrooms that were used were the ones that are for the actual stadiums. So there were plenty of stalls. And I really enjoyed that we didn't have to use porta potties and endure the really gross smells um, or sights to be seen like some other festivals. You get clean bathrooms. There's people working, constantly cleaning them, refilling them with water. The fact that both the BMO Stadium and also the the Coliseum had like their own bathrooms on the outskirts on top of like the stadium just made such a big difference. And of course, VIP had their air conditioned bathroom little cart thingies, which was really nice. I did only notice that in the harder stage. I didn't notice the bathrooms in the hard stage, but then again, I kind of steered clear of that stage because sometimes it'd get really packed. Going outside of the festival, parking. Parking was a nightmare. If you live in LA, that's something normal. It's not something out of the ordinary. You live in LA, you know that there's absolutely no parking anywhere. I was able to find parking in some of the streets where the residential places are at, and I was able to find a really cool guy. Paid him $20, let me park his car in his driveway, and that was that. And they were there all night, so I felt really confident about it. I wouldn't suggest parking in the streets in LA. You never know. There's tons of hotels. Leave your car at the hotel. You can ride some of those little scooters into the festival, or you can just, Uber. It's always the safest bet, especially if you're going to drink. Please don't drink and drive. Be responsible. What was up with the vendors? Was it me, or did I not see any vendors? And what I mean by like vendors is not just the general merchandise store for Hard Summer. I'm talking about vendors, like the people that we love to go and visit during festival season and buy maybe one or two pieces of clothing. I know for myself, when I go to a music festival, I always like to buy an outfit. If I can, I always like to buy an outfit, or if I go to like one of my favorite vendors and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Buy one of their pieces or support them, or even like the people that make the jewelry, just buy something little and support, local talent. I didn't see any of them. Maybe the festival was just too big and I didn't see them, but I really genuinely did not see it, which kind of sucked. Aside from there not being any vendors, according to my knowledge, I brought some things with me that I got at Hard Summer, obviously. The VIP area, they had some really, really cute trinkets. I got my hands on, obviously it was super hot, so I really appreciated the little fans. Fan yourself. Get maybe find one of those people that are in like the crowd. They're spritzing people with water and you're like, get me. Cause I was sweating. They also had some really cute little gadgets. I didn't get all of them. But I think I got a few really cool pieces. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna set my mic down so I can show you guys what I got. What you want? Oh wait, I guess. Baby, I got it. What you need? Just kidding. Okay. So I got. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I got these really cool, cute little pads you can write on. They're just fun to play with. Honestly, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to write in them, but they're fun. You want to write a cute little message to your DJ. You're all the way up in the front. You know, tell them hi. Something silly. Um, we also got some pretty sweet glasses. I forgot mine like a dummy. They had some really cute glasses and they're really comfortable. They're actually like not super cheaply made, so that was cool. I'm definitely keeping these for later. And then they had like construction glasses. I'm just kidding, not construction glasses, but you know, if you wanted something a little bit less dark, I think these were cool. They also had these more squared, colorful looking ones. I thought those were really cute, but they kind of hurt my nose. So they also had some bubbles. That was a lot of fun. So I really appreciate when they have little things that you can pick up, and I guess that's one of the perks of being in VIP. If you ever get a chance, try it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. They also provided us with some, how do you say the word, commemorative lanyards. Beep, beep, beep. Really, really cute. Oh, I'm gonna get out of the way. Yes. Incoming call from VIP. You got the lineup date. Really cool lanyard if you wanted to maybe use it for, I don't know, car keys or whatever. Um, so, yeah, those are the little fun trinkets that were in the VIP area. I know that they had a bunch of like candies. They had a barber station, guys. I usually see beauty bars, like EDC Mexico. They had a beauty bar and then they had barbers, but I've never seen a festival by Insomniac that specifically has only barbers and not a beauty bar. So I thought that was a really cool mix. Shake things up a bit, right? And they did also have the pool that we always have, VIP. Although I do feel like this year's pool was a bit smaller than other years, which was kind of a letdown. Um, but I mean, nevertheless, people enjoyed it. I saw it packed. They had like the side area where you can stand a little bit above the people already in VIP. I did feel like the VIP area was a bit smaller, which was kind of a letdown. But in the times that I was there, it wasn't really packed. So there was more than enough space to make your way up to either the rail or to find a spot in the back to hang out, or even up in like the pool deck area. I had no problem there, but I'm sure at peak hours there must have been like no space to move, but who knows? I know I did also really, really enjoy that the arenas had the seating that we all had access to. So, if you were tired or if you wanted to meet up with friends or whatever, you can go up to the bleachers, take your seat, stretch your legs, hang out. That was a really nice thing to have. So, let's talk about the stages really fast. Um, Everyone that has gone to Hard Summer is aware that they've always had these massive stages. I feel like this year's hard stage was a bit bigger than the previous years, which I really enjoyed. Um, sound always great, visual experience always great. Harder stage being around the same size, just a bit different the way that the panels were set up, and they'll make kind of makes it look like it's facing inwards, kind of like a U. So it kind of like really takes you into the stage, the way that the harder stages panels and structure was really set up. Purple stage was inside of the newly constructed BMO stadium, which was really, really, really massive. I think it was a really nice touch, the way that the LED walls were shaped into like diamonds, the way that it kind of just popped out. I also noticed that the LED scoreboard was used to provide directions throughout the festival and, entrances, exits. So I thought that was a really neat way to use that scoreboard. We also had the green stage where the LED walls were configured into 3 separate squares shaped, like square shaped structures, I guess you can say. And last but not least, the purple stage. That one was kind of put on the side, surrounded by a lot of trees, which I really enjoyed. I didn't get to hang out there for a long time, but I'm sure that if you were there, you were able to experience some shade and, be able to cool down, not burn like the rest of us that were out in the purple stage. I didn't want to be all the way in the back, so I was in the front, no shade. But let's go. So, all in all, to wrap things up, I think it was a huge success. And just like any first year festival at any location, there's always going to be room for improvement. So I'm really hoping that Insomniac takes everyone's opinions and tries their best to accommodate, in certain parts that really needed the work. I know that they did so between day 1 and 2. So from here till next year, I'm excited to see what kind of changes they make to the venue if it's held there again, and really how other future festivals for Insomniac will be affected by this if those are also held at the same stadiums. Um, as always, I want to thank you guys for, hanging out with me and staying all the way to the end. If you have any suggestions, you guys are more than welcome to message us, either Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at The Festival Voice, or you can visit the website, which is thefestivalvoice.com. If you have any suggestions, any questions, if you just want to say hi, shoot us a message. I also want to give a huge shout out to Pasquale and the Insomniac team for letting us come by and just kind of experience all of this for the first time with all of you. You guys have always been the best to us, and, we really appreciate the relationship that we have with you. So hopefully we'll be seeing you guys in future dates. And yeah, that's really about it. Really glad I saw you guys today. Make sure that you drink your water. You remember you are loved and you matter and you're worth it. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Again, if you guys have any questions, just shoot us a message. If not, then we'll see you next time. Bye.